How's it going, friends? Today I'm bringing you this LG front-loading washing machine which I'm currently servicing, and with these Affresh tablets I'm gonna show you step by step how you need to do it. Here it's being cleaned with 2 of them, and I have the third and last one left. That little pack comes with 3, and I use this last one so that everything turns out even better in the second wash, which I'll explain step by step. Here we can see the display, which is constantly changing. The numbers are repeating, and that's because it's in a different mode than what the user normally uses in diagnostic mode, which I take advantage of, and I'm going to show you how it's done. Here the glass is hot because I washed it with hot water. If you don't have hot water, that's not a problem, but you can also, I'll tell you how it's done in just a moment. And to enter this diagnostic mode, we use the power button along with these 2 buttons being speed and soil level, but all 3 at the same time. On more recent models, these 2 buttons are positioned a little more to the left, but overall it's the same process. So when you're going to enter this mode, press all 3 buttons at the same time, and after that some codes will appear, but you just need to press play. You only have to press play and it will start a speed test, which won't happen here because there's already water inside. And here, well, we're gonna leave it washing for now, and later I'll show you how to do that step by step. Okay, after the washing machine is washing, in this diagnostic mode, it will keep washing until you decide to stop it. So after it's washing, if you press the button, it will start to drain the water, okay? And with a second press, after it drains the water, it will finish shutting off. And when you turn it on again, you can use it just like any regular washing machine. Here we can see that it has already drained all the water from the first wash cycle, okay? And it stays at 255, and with one more press it turns off, and now the washing machine is ready to use. So let's go. After it has loosened everything you saw, next we're going to remove this whole part here from the water filter, which we're going to drain, but we see that nothing drains out, and that means the water filter is clogged, okay? Because this little hose is specifically for draining when something goes wrong, and if water remains in the tub, it allows it to slowly drain out. But I know there's water and it's not coming out, so we're gonna loosen this by turning it counterclockwise and take it out to see what we find, okay? And we can see that there was indeed water, but it wasn't coming out through the little hose. So let's take a look at all these pieces. Look at these pieces right here. This is nothing more than crystallized soap. It looks like a piece of plastic, but in reality it's not plastic, it's nothing but soap. That soap sticks to the walls and gradually becomes solid, very compact, until it forms a paste, which is what you're seeing here in the water filter, okay? So look, you can tell this hadn't been maintained for quite a while, and well, that's what we're here for. So let's remove all of this little by little because it's really hard. And look at what I pull out. It's completely hard, totally solid. This is soap. This is what soap looks like after a long time. So once all of this is clean, we're gonna put the filter back in its place, okay? And we are going to close the hose with its little cap, which is for service drainage. So once everything is back in place, we'll arrange the little hose where it belongs and put the cover back on to move on to the next cleaning step, which will be the soap dispenser, okay? So once this is done, also after the first phase, we open the door and take advantage of the fact that all the dirt has already softened, and we're gonna clean all of this, which is the gasket. Here there's a bit more dirt. It looks like a piece of foam that came out from somewhere. And this part here, the rubber of the gasket, we're gonna clean it with a sponge or a toothbrush. We're gonna do everything possible to get it as clean as we can, okay? So now we move on to the detergent dispenser, which we're going to remove completely. It has a button that we're going to press, which says push. Then we pull it towards us, and that's it. So this is the detergent tray. As you can see, it's full of fabric softener. Look at that softener. That's fabric softener. It's completely clogged. That's all grease. That's the downside of fabric softener. On one hand, it softens your clothes, but on the other, it gets left behind and damages the washing machine. And in some cases, in other types of washing machines, it falls onto the metal and causes it to rust very quickly. So once that's done, we're gonna put the now clean tray back in. In some cases, this stuff gets so solidified that it becomes part of the plastic. And if I try to remove it, it could break. So if it's really stuck after a few years, just leave it as is, because you could damage the tray. Now let's go back to the diagnostic mode from the beginning so you can do it yourselves. Remember, it's the 3 buttons at the same time. So what's gonna happen? When you press all 3 buttons, you'll see the codes and you just have to press play. The first time you press play, it will start spinning because it's going to begin twisting or spinning, doing the spin cycle, okay? And if you press play again, it will increase the speed, okay? Well, first it stops and then starts the speed. And if you press it again, each time it will get faster until it eventually starts to fill. It fills with the cold water valve, then with the hot water valve. And after it finishes filling, it starts washing, agitating for as long as you want. I was doing maintenance on the dryer, and while I was cleaning it, I left the washer running, and it took me about 40 minutes. And the washer, if I don't stop it, it won't stop, okay? So here it is at the maximum speed test. So I press play again for it to start filling, okay? So here's another play. It stops. That's like a pause between each mode, and then it starts filling. In case it starts filling with cold, and if you have it connected without hot water at the inlet, which I'll show you next as well, you can heat water on your stove and add it directly here at the inlet. There's no problem, okay? So there it was already filling with cold water. Now we're gonna fill it with hot water. We press play again. Sometimes you have to press the button several times because it doesn't respond. And here the heater is already filling with hot water, which is what we need, okay? So when it starts filling with hot water, we just add the last tablet. In this case, I'm already in the second phase. When you do it, you're gonna do it twice, or if you wanna do it just once, that's up to you. And just let it fill up. When it fills, you have to pay attention because it won't start on its own. So once it's full, you press play and it has to reach the number. After 229. You press it again and 5049 will appear, which is when it starts to agitate, and it will stay there until you decide to let it run. It can stay there for an hour or more than an hour. So that's basically the way to force it to wash for a much longer time. And once that's done, you just press it twice once to drain the water, and the next time to turn it off and you're all set.